There we go. Hey everybody, Danny Orton here from the Soccer Expansion Project. My kid is claiming that I have 2 viewers. That's probably true. That's okay. So this is, I think, video number 3 or 4 or 5 or something like that. So just a little bit about the Soccer Expansion Project and what it's all about. We have sort of us in the middle here. We're building a platform that people can get access to. And on the right hand side, we're going to start to add help. Information that you might need as a soccer coach or as a club or as a player that could be useful, and we'll find a way to get that to you. So we've got some administrative stuff, we've got the players piece, the data, the training, nutrition, sports med, things that can help you, IDs, connections. We're doing a lot of work with Soccer Profile. We have a call next week with Gary and Stuart Monk to talk about some other options and maybe some webinars. Coaches looking for curriculum help, training, classroom management, structure, educational stuff, software tools. There's a little bit in that today. Jobs, some connections. We did a little bit on retirement planning in the last presentation. Retail, so maybe you're looking for gear, need help with certain things, running tournaments. And then there's also entrepreneurs out there, right, looking for franchise opportunities, land development, construction, dealing with grants, local government feasibility. So lots of information here on the right hand side from our partners that we'll build, and on the left hand side is everybody, including me. Just finding a way to gather that knowledge from folks on the right hand side through the Soccer Expansion Project, where we have players and coaches and parents and clubs, associations, anybody really looking to find a way to get the right information in a clear, concise way. So let's talk quickly about today. First of all, here's a new logo, working on that, so that should be fun. So payroll, if you are a club and you have a staff, they need to be paid. Well, don't need to be, but there's a good chance that you'll have some paid staff. And how does that operate? How does that work? There's payroll taxes to consider, there's tax, there's those types of things. My suggestion is simply just to go through a local payroll company to just go do that. There's onboarding paperwork, they take bank account details, they ACH the payments, they take care of your payroll, taxes, etc. The other way to do it could be simply as if you don't necessarily go through a specific company and do payroll, is that you could 1099 your employees, and that is that you simply write them a check. They're then responsible for all of their taxes, they're responsible for all the things they might need to do in terms of that end of year planning, and they're essentially independent contractors through a 1099 employee. And I think the tax form is actually ends up being a 1099 miscellaneous. So you can go through a local payroll company, W2, take out taxes, pay a little fee to the payroll company, or you can just give people checks. In our business, we typically work in both ways, depending on whether they're a W2 employee or whether they're a 1099 contractor, and there's some differences within that. So that's the payroll piece. Let's talk about website, providers, and administration. So let's say you've got your club. We did a little presentation on organizing your club and getting yourself sorted out. There are lots of ways to approach it. You need to find a way to name your club, go through your lawyers, we spoke about that, go through whether you're going to go the LLC route or whether you're going to go the non-profit route. But once you've got all of that, you need to find some things to help you market your business, to market your non-profit, however you want to do that. So we can look at domains. So you can go to GoDaddy is a good one. Obviously, I think most people have known that for a while. Bluehost is another, but you can go buy the domain. So let's say you want to call yourself, smithfc.com. You go buy that domain, then rights to those things that go in the top of your browser just there, and that's pretty common. You go buy it. The domains are really cheap. The longer you have the domain, the cheaper it is. I think maybe it's close to $10-15 a year to actually own the rights to those names. Within that, you'll need to build a website, and that website will need to be hosted somewhere within some form of platform. So Demosphere do one where it's sort of an all-inclusive. I've not really used Demosphere, but let me just go through. Let's have a quick look. It's team sports, registration, scheduling. You sort of get the idea. Schedule a demo with these folks. You can see that they're involved in lots of soccer organizations, and I think others as well. but you can start to see what they do. They get involved in roster management and scheduling and referee management, risk management, reporting, all that stuff. There's a mobile app, leagues, clubs and associations, so you sort of get the idea. But they would host your website, and you could house your site there, and you can build it through them. That's one option. A lot of people use WordPress. So WordPress is a website builder or a hosting site. You can build your site relatively straightforward. You can also use a company like, you can maybe go to Fiverr. If I was to go to Fiverr, actually this is the guy that's been working on my designs, you'll see. But if I was to go to here, Fiverr's a really cool little thing. It's like Upwork. Let's go with website development. Let's see what comes up. So, and you can get a sense of people, will create landing pages or websites, will create, and you can get a sense of all these folks across the world who would be interested in maybe helping you build your website, especially via WordPress. If I was to go to WordPress, there we go. These are the people that develop it. So a responsive design. You click on this. This particular young lady is she's been busy. She's on projects. I can click on the things here, and it sort of tells you what she's been involved with, and she would build the site for you. You don't have to worry about it. So that's kind of handy. Save you a lot of time. So there's Demosphere. There's people on Fiverr that could build a WordPress site. You could also build your own WordPress site if you like that or have time to go do that. So, domain, build a website, someone like Demosphere. I think TeamSnap is also right now getting involved in website designs. So I was going to mention these guys in terms of some other things they do, but let's go here. Club's going to demo sports, teams, features. Let's go here. We already used TeamSnap, but you can get the idea. You can build a website through TeamSnap as well. All right. So you need a website. You need somewhere to go. You need somewhere that people can plug in your team just here and go find you. Within whatever website you're using or administration type thing like a Demosphere or TeamSnap, you also need to find a way to collect payments from people. Stripe is an option. You can link it. There's ACH payments. However, but that will link to your bank and then also link to your accountant. TeamSnap is something we use as a club in terms of our scheduling. So if I was to log in, for example, for some of the teams we've got, you can start to see this is one of our teams in the spring. It's pretty straightforward. We plug in training, we collect attendance, those kind of things. Pretty straightforward. But TeamSnap's very useful for that scheduling thing, and people get email reminders or text reminders, and you can send them messages, etc. Panda is some friends of ours, so they've started a platform. A lot of it involves analytics that get to start to talk about some of the physical components of being an athlete, but they're also getting involved with things like let me just go back up here a second, attendance, availability reports and tracking. So they're just starting out. You can contact them. There's Glenn at the bottom. You can contact them through pandastronger.com and you'll get a sense of what they're all about. Request a demo, but teams, clubs, etc. There's a scheduler, there's a teaming up. Let's have a look. So there's something else. So there we go. You'll get a sense of this. You're probably going to put your players in here. They'll get notifications. Looks like a Google Calendar to me, which everyone's familiar with, etc. So they've got lots of features, and they're new, so something to try out right there. So you've done all your work, you've built your club, you've started your club, started your mission, you've got the legal piece done. How are you going to pay people? There's some options right there. How are you going to host your website, build a website, get it marketed. Also, once you get to like hosting companies like GoDaddy and like there's several of them. Who's the other one I mentioned? Blue something. Anyway, my bad. Don't use them very often. I use GoDaddy primarily. But you can then start to get emails that are customizable. So if your club is fcsoccerclub.com, you could be, for me it'd be Danny at, and you'd have a domain, or you can just, rather than just using Gmail. And then you need links for or software to build out scheduling. TeamSnap, Panda, would be the same. So check those out, and now all of a sudden you've now got a legal entity for your club. That's all set up, and you've also then got an opportunity to start to plug in parents to be able to contact you, be able to see what you're about, to be able to collect payments when you need to and link that back to accounting. So that's today's topic. You can see yesterday's we spoke about, or 2 days ago we spoke about some saving for retirement. But as we go through this and we're giving out these tidbits, we want to look down this side of things and look at, there's today's presentation. As we start to get into players, coaches, we're going to start to build out this platform, and then also get the website going, or the membership area that you'd be welcome to be involved with, and have access to this whenever you wish, and a community and a chat forum. So hope that helps, appreciate it. I'm going to click to my little live thing here, and hopefully this all worked out. Thanks for being around us. Cheers.